So far, the anniversary year may have seen Doctor Who lose 500,000 viewers each week, give or take, though this may be in part due to the improving weather, and the show still does well on BBC iPlayer. But the return of the Cybermen in an episode written by the great Neil Gaiman gave us 2 good reasons to be excited. The Cybermen have, for the past couple of years, merely made cameos. Even the episode Closing Time, which even brought back the Cybermats, was not quite standalone and felt like it was barely a break from the River Song Lake Silencio storyline which dominated the last season. It was also rather twee and resolved too easily, a common trap for one-parters in the Moffat era. I like a lot of Neil Gaiman's writing, have ever since my childhood when he teamed up with Terry Pratchett to pen Good Omens, and then his somewhat underrated TV series and novel Neverwhere, which I must still watch about once a year and would love to be continued one day. Last week's episode, The Crimson Horror, left off with Clara being busted by the children she cares for, who want to join her in the TARDIS. But what did they let themselves in for? Gaiman's brief was simple: make the Cybermen scary again. He'd apparently been reluctant to agree to do another Doctor Who episode due to a busy schedule, but a brief like that, what self-respecting fantasy writer could resist? But did he succeed? Nightmare in Silver does return us to the days of the creepy stealth Cybermen, like Moonbase or Wheel in Space, but with the addition of Matrix-style move quickly type stuff. Indeed, just as once some would laugh at Daleks for apparently not being able to climb stairs, you could also class Cybermen among those monsters, zombies, mummies, Frankenstein's monster, that moved so slowly. Well, you've seen the Smilers, right? Okay, so we now have fast-moving Cybermen, and yes, the design is better. The reinvention of the Cybermen converting you into them type thing, well, it just looks like a Borgie Bacardi type thing, superficially. The Jekyll Hyde Cyber Doctor having to play chess with himself I do like, although as the centre of an episode, essentially I don't feel it quite delivered enough impact, though some of the best scenes display his split Gollum self, especially effective where Clara is involved. Really, what made the episode was the Warwick Davis character turning out to be the Emperor, and these were also among my favourite scenes, not just because I love Warwick Davis, but also because the twist reminds me of a Sherlock Holmes I forget the name of. Oh, and they brought back the Cyberman music from when Cybermen were first brought back to the series, but somewhat remixed. I like that a lot for some reason. I suppose the music for the Cybermen in both the 60s and the 80s was a part of what made their adventures. Not the best Cyberman story, but a vast improvement on Closing Time and the first proper cyber adventure for some years. Not Neil Gaiman's best work, but a good shot. Nightmare in Silver will certainly be remembered as a highlight of this season. On another note, we also had another little prequel for The Name of the Doctor, called He Said, She Said. Essentially, 2 monologues that come across like a deleted scene from Nightmare in Silver, and although nicely done, don't really tell you anything new. On another side note, tonight Doctor Who receives a tribute from the British Academy of Film and Television Awards, with Jenna-Louise Coleman and Daleks in attendance to represent the programme. And for anyone who doesn't know, I'll leave you with a warning that the Series 7 Part 2 box set has been shipped out early to anyone who pre-ordered it, so there are fans on the internet who have already seen the finale. If you don't like spoilers, beware of Facebook, Twitter and Doctor Who forums. The biggest spoiler in television history has been leaked. Next time, Al.